How's it going, guys? I'm Captain Joshua Lim, and what I'm going to show you today is how to rig a line through matrix shad. What it looks like is this. This is going to be kind of the done deal here. Okay, it's got the line through with a rivet, it's got a nail weight, and it's got the treble hook. Now the whole deal with this is that it's going to work, twitch, and fall horizontally. Now the whole reason why I came to do this was just simply because I had a lot of shrimp in the area, and I was fishing in relatively 8 to 14 feet of water, and the fish were suspended and they were looking up at the shrimp and the crabs floating above them. But the main forage at the time was shrimp, so I went with this color matrix shad, the shrimp Creole, to imitate what the bait was during this particular time, which is now summertime over here in Pensacola, Florida. Now you might be somewhere else where you might have a shad bloom. You can use a different color matrix shad and imitate that. Okay, this what's going on right now is trying to imitate a shrimp. Now naturally a shrimp swims horizontally and falls horizontally. That's another deal with the line through matrix shad, is that it's going to fall very slowly horizontally, and it's going to work through the middle of the water column very naturally. So let me show you how to rig a line through matrix shad. Some of the things you're going to need is a rivet. Alright, you want a stainless rivet, you want a long rivet. Okay, you can get a Home Depot, Lowe's, something like that. You're going to want to pick a ST36BC treble hook made by Owner. That's an Owner Stinger treble hook, size 4. A tungsten nail weight. This so happens to be by Bass Pro Shops. It's a 1/16 ounce. Okay, I don't want it to fall very fast. I want it to fall very slow, a very slow flutter. Another thing you're going to need is just a couple pairs of pliers. That's to pop your rivet, a matrix shad, and the color of whatever bait that you're trying to imitate, whether it be a shrimp, a mullet, a shad, what have you. Whatever's in your area, this will match the hatch. That's the deal. So you're going to take your pair of pliers, put one end on the nail of the rivet, the other on the head, squeeze together, pop the rivet. What that leaves you with is this sleeve. This sleeve is going to be your line through. Okay, that's what you want from the rivet. The next thing you're going to do is take your matrix shad. I'm personally using a shrimp Creole to match the shrimp. Okay. Now what you're going to do with the matrix shad and your pick is you're going to take the pick and put it in the very middle of the nose of the matrix shad. Okay, you want it to be centered. If you go offset to one side or the other, your lure is going to want to twitch in that particular direction or fall in that particular direction. You want everything to be straight here. So what I'm doing is I'm shoving the pick through the middle of the nose, down to the middle of the bait, at the bottom of the keel of the matrix shad, like so. Okay? Just like that. And you kind of want to match the length of your rivet at that point. Okay? So I'm going to take that pick, I'm going to kind of work that hole in which I just created. Open it up some. Okay, get some of that plastic loosened up, especially with some of these matrix shads. They are hard, they are stiff. They last forever, and they hold up very well to this rig, which is another good thing about this whole deal, is that it's going to last you even longer than if you were to put it on a jig head. You're going to catch a lot more fish on one plastic, and the matrix shads last long already. So you're going to catch a lot of fish on this one bait. Okay, and then what you do is, you watch me, I just shove that rivet through that hole or that cavity that I just created. Okay? You can either take the head of the rivet and put it through the nose, or you can do it the opposite way. Okay? Now there's pros and cons to both ways. If you stick it through this way and you have the head on the nose of the bait, I think that's just a much cleaner look, okay? But if you stick it the opposite way, where now the head of the rivet is on the bottom, what's nice about that, and I'll show you what I'm talking about once we get the line through it, is that now every time you twitch the bait, the hook, the eye of the hook, it's going to constantly press against there, okay? And it's going to stop there. And it's not going to shove your rivet out of the bait. So there's two ways about doing it. Okay, you can put the head of the rivet on the nose or the head on the belly. Either way works. It's kind of up to you. I do it both ways, but I think it's just a cleaner look to put the head on top. Granted, the rivet's going to come out a little bit, but that's all right. You just shove it right back in after you're done catching a few fish or whatnot. But for now, just keep it like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your pick and you're going to put it towards the back of the bait, okay, about 3/4 of the way back, and then at a 45-degree angle, go down and create yourself a hole, okay, like so. Now the reason for doing all this, the reason for doing it at this 45-degree angle is so that on the pause, the lure falls very evenly, very naturally, very horizontal, flat down. Okay, you don't want it to be nose up, you don't want it to be nose down. You want it to be flat. Okay, here's my tungsten nail weight, made by Bass Pro Shops. Okay, all you're going to do is stick that weight inside of the hole in which you have just created by your pick. Stick that straight in there, like so. Okay, so now that you have your line through, which is the rivet, you got your nail weight for your weight, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to take your line, run it through the line through the rivet, through the nose. It's going to come out the belly, and then you're going to take your treble hook. Again, this is the ST636BC. Line through the eye. I like to do a uni knot. That's what I'm doing here. Okay. You can use any knot in which you feel comfortable with. I prefer a uni. Alright. Slide your line up through the bait, and now you can see that head of the hook is now going to hit the head of the rivet, okay? So that rivet's not going to move. Alright, that's what's good about putting the rivet with the head near the belly, towards the bottom. Now you're going to stick the hook at the aft end of the bait, aft end of the lure, not in the tail, just at the very back of the belly of the bait. And there it is, guys. A line through matrix shad. Now how I like to work it, I'll simply cast out, and with my rod tip down, I'm going to twitch away. I'm going to work it just like a twitch bait, just like a fluke, just like a jerk bait. Okay, that's what I've turned this matrix shad into, is a jerk bait. And what's really nice about it is every time I twitch it, it's going to slowly fall horizontally, just like a shrimp. Another good thing about the line through, okay? is that when a fish grabs it, we all have this story with big trout. When a fish grabs your lure, she comes up, she starts head shaking, spits the hook. It's nice, really nice about this, so when she comes up and grabs it, she's gonna get hooked. That lure is then gonna go sliding up your line, and she's gonna keep that hook in her mouth. So now when she comes up and starts head shaking, she's got no counterweight at the end of the line to throw the hook. It's just the hook in her mouth. One of the best things about a line through rig. Another thing is that unlike a jig head or any other type of hook, okay, the tip is what always wears and tears while you're catching fish. Okay, with a line through, it doesn't. Okay, because of that little metal rivet in there, that line is not going to start tearing up your bait, and it's going to last you a lot longer. Now the whole deal with this line through, guys, again, is just for a natural presentation. It's just another way to rig a matrix shad, and it works. It just simply works. So if you're looking for a twitch bait, a soft bait twitch bait, that's how you rig a line through matrix shad. Until next time, guys, tight lines, good fishing.